Good evening, Bits and Bolts, and welcome to the Cosmic Crit Tavern. I'm Miles, your bartender for this evening, but you may know me better by my player persona, Rami, the human technomancer, and dancing virtuoso if I do say so myself. We couldn't be happier you've enjoyed the taste of Cosmic Crit so far. Instead of taking stiff shots of action and powering through our adventure, we prefer a carefully laid out recipe and some well-developed character hops along with some of those special ingredients from the Starfinder brewery that we all love so much. We hope to serve you a rich brew with a bold taste that'll fill you up and never let you down. And we can't thank you enough for coming in while we continue to refine the flavor. Thanks to everyone that submitted an NPC for our first fan challenge. We got dozens of amazing characters and enough to start a whole new campaign. If you didn't win, we have a new challenge starting October 6th. And for those of you wanting to know what that next First Friday fan challenge is, ain't gonna tell you just yet. We will announce it on Twitter on the first Friday in October, so follow us at Cosmic Crit to be the first to know how you can earn yourself a free Starfinder PDF if we pick your submission. And while you're at it, we could always use some of those iTunes reviews. So without further ado, valued customer, we'd like to give you the VIP treat. If you'll wait one moment, we'd like to present you with tonight's special, On the House, with this week's episode, Battle Service.
Last time on Cosmic Crit.
Rami and Andis bust some sweet moves.
We met with another Isoki who was better at lying than Nak was.
Edris learned that it's just as easy to kill gang members with your claws, than with your Doshka.
Rami and Nak bust some fake moves.
That is verbatim what I was going to say.
Alindra attempts and fails to talk to someone.
We roll more than a 1.
We roll 3 ones.
We caught the attention of Fusion Queen's guards and had to fight them.
We still don't know what's behind that door.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Episode initiated indeed. We're back. The dice are stacked. We're ready to attack this week's episode. My name is Patrick. I'm the GM, your playboy here, your co-host on Cosmic Crit. I'm joined by 5 of the greatest Starfinder players in the known universe around this digital table. To my left, playing Nax Sizrak, Drew.
Roll a 1 for good afternoon.
Good afternoon. To your left, Drew, playing Andis 147 is Jabert.
Roll a 3 for good evening.
Sitting across the table from me and rocking Rami is Miles.
Good evening.
To his left, playing Lindra Vallis is Rebecca.
Glad to be here.
And finally, to my immediately right, playing Edros Veranis, Tyler.
Heidi ho, everybody.
Yeah, so how's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Doing great.
Stellar.
Stellar, I like it.
I'm stellar. However, Edris is still on fire from our last combat.
Well, you're fine. Don't worry about that. We'll figure it out. You guys just want to jump right in?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get back to the Fusion Queen. I love that name.
Yeah, so you guys had figured out where the downside kings kind of operate out of, a bar called the Fusion Queen. Able to get your way inside without starting a fight, which I was very impressed by. Honestly, there's I think going to be a lot of players who get to this part and just start shooting immediately. But you got some information, figured out where your weapons were locked up, and then the fight started with the gangers. But yeah, you've got your weapons back. They were dropped out a little hatch at the weapon check room. And yeah, no, Etros, you got critted at the very end of the last episode, right? With a laser pistol?
Yeah, flashbacks to episode 2 back in Docking Bay 94. Where,
I like rolling me some 20s.
Yeah, where I think it was another downside King's crew member who shot me on a natural 20. And
no,
so
that was level 21.
Was that level 21?
I think it was level 21, but regardless. Okay. Oh, so a downside king definitely did crit Andis, though. in that episode
so
too.
These guys really like setting us on fire, and this is now twice Edris has been on fire, and he's starting to think that maybe he should pack a fire extinguisher with him.
I am keeping tally of my 20s on this show. I'm feeling good about myself. I don't know about you guys. 3 20s? Yeah.
You were rolling. Yeah, you were rolling. Well, you were rolling rocks all last episode. You were
so
rolling
yeah,
high.
we at the end of the last episode, you are still burning. So go ahead and give me a reflex save to start us off. Pretty easy. You need to beat a DC 11.
Yeah, and I get a +2 to this, so hopefully, and then my natural +1, so 19
goes out. You do take 1 damage, but flames burn out. So dropped out the weapon check, kind of like basket, is the Doshko and 2 laser rifles, right? Was there anything else checked? Maybe a pistol or 2?
I think all the pistols ended up in my cheek pouches.
Every single pistol was in your cheek pouch.
Well, because not everybody uses a pistol.
Yeah, and by the way, Alindra needs to get her pistol back. So she walks over to where Knack is standing, where I think he dropped the pistol on the ground, unless Andis picked it up.
Andis did not.
Okay, so I pick it up off the ground.
I'm really glad I spat it on the ground then.
Yeah, there should be 3 rifles: Raimi's rifle, my rifle, and
Andis's
rifle.
Right? Yeah,
and then the Doshko.
And they all come clattering down in this little basket.
So Edris is going to pick up the 3 pistols from the dead Downside Kings, and then his own gear as well.
Okay. Yep. That's what they had on them. So yeah, people in the bar that have taken notice have run away or are cowering. The bartender over here just goes over to the metal door, is cowering.
The bartender over where? They can't see.
One of the 2 bartenders behind the bar, believe it or not, behind the bar, walks out from behind the bar and offers up a key card and kind of points to the door.
Raimi walks up and
staff-only door, and then just cowers behind the bar.
Raimi picks it up and is like, "Thank you," and puts the card in.
Knack walks over behind Raimi and says, "He told you he was looking for work."
Alindra's looking to dance, so...
I was about to say, as you guys leave the exit of the Fusion Queen and go towards this door, about a dozen people kind of run outside.
Andis, I have your rifle here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm frankly glad that they checked it at the door. It would really have interfered with my dance moves.
You did have some pretty good dance moves, I will say.
You'll
have to teach me.
I recall you failing to dance the robot, which, I mean, I think they got to take back your Android card if that happens.
Yeah.
Just take it right back. And it was like a cold shot, too. You were like, oh, it's a computer's check that I'm going to roll. This is going to be great.
Well, it's like an opposite of a CAPTCHA. Like, is he really a human? Like, oh, he is. That's lame. Yeah.
Right. Well, when you try to fail the Turing test, it's way harder, right?
So, Raimi, you going through this door? It unlocks when you tap the key card to it. Cool.
Nice.
All doors fall beneath me.
You're going through first?
Yeah.
All right. So you step inside, and inside you see 3 gangers, Downside Kings, playing cards around a table. Their pistols on the table in front of them, and they look at you as you come in, and back at the table, their guns, and then look back at you, and I think you guys know what time it is. It's initiative roll time. The music
by the
pumping
way,
in
I still have my weapon drawn, right? Like I never.
We all have our weapons drawn.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So the music is pumping behind you.
GM, is there any chance we can do an intimidate check to kind of stun them out of picking up their weapons?
At first, we're going to roll initiative, and then I'll get to it. Let me just get out a sentence, everyone. The music is pumping behind you. It seemed like these guys did not hear any of the scuffle outside. So they are caught a little unaware. Let's go around and see what everyone rolled for initiative. I see a 20. I see a 20 for initiative.
Andis rolled a 20. He's got a 22 for our initiative.
Awesome. Alindra has a 17.
Knack has a 3.
Raimi has a 10.
And Edris has a 12.
Mac, you rolled a natural 1 for initiative?
I did.
Oh, boy.
Starting this level out right.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. Oh, jeez.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, gee whiz there. Alrighty, so the gang members you walk in on are not as fast as some of you guys on the draw. First in the order is Andis. You see them kind of hesitate for a moment, and you get to act first.
Andis is going to target the one that's closest to them and hold the rest of the action until we see how this all resolves.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you can hold your turn, but you have to ready an action.
Oh, no.
Do you want to ready like a condition of something to happen
So
to
is
shoot?
Is this a surprise round?
Nope. This is everyone is both surprised, so no one is really surprised. You guys can see each other plainly when you walk through the doors, though.
Okay. So then Andis is just gonna move into the room and then target the one closest to them.
Okay, so yeah, you're moving in as move action target. All right. So yeah, as you move in the room, there's like boxes and crates and store shelves everywhere. It does look like it's a storeroom for the bar. And then there's a door to the north. Great. That is Alindra. You are next. You also see this. You're right there at the door.
Is there a way to roll a perception check to see if combat is really necessary here, or if it's unavoidable?
These guys, yeah, they look like they're about to go for their guns.
Okay.
They're like slowly putting down their cards, and like you hear the of their chairs like pushing backwards.
There's like no negotiation here. It's like we're gonna fight, right?
Yeah, this turn, like a full turn, lasts only a few seconds, so you have very, very little time to do much of anything.
All right, so
besides
I'm just gonna run up to this guy.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Is he gonna get his gun out before he gets sliced in half? Tune in.
Just
5 seconds.
Just a reminder that it was just yesterday that Alindra killed her first person.
Oh, and also I'm going toward photon attunement, so I have +1 to damage. All right, so I rolled a 12 + 4, so 16.
That is a hit against. Yeah, he's still hasn't acted, so he's even less to his KAC. So 6 points of damage.
7 actually, because of photon attunement.
Of course. Okay. Next is Adros.
All right, well, Adros, seeing Alindra take the first move, is going to... so you kind of see him hesitate a little bit. He took a lot of damage that last battle, but he's like, "Nah, we came here to get this job done, so let's do this." And he's gonna close in on one of the guys here. Or I don't know. Am I like, can I be in this space? I'm kind of look like I'm on the table. Maybe I need.
Yeah, you're just like running right through this flimsy table to slice this dude in half.
Yep, so just big old swing with the Doshko. I'm glad. It feels good to have it back in my hands. Hopefully that translates on rolls. It does not.
Ooh, boy.
I rolled an 8, so with the 5, it's a 13.
So a 13, I was about to say, he does have a little bit of cover from this table you're attacking him over, but he is also flat-footed. He's not moved yet in combat, so a 13 is a hit.
Oh, nice. Yes, that's a good time to roll low.
Yeah, that 2 +2 and -2 is going to minus out.
Awesome. Hopefully I roll high damage here then.
Oh!
Max damage! Yes! That's going to be that's a 16.
So his hand is almost on his gun, and your Doshko cuts right through his arm, and he falls dead. Ooh, that's an important one. He's not getting a chance to roll that 20 on you. Oh, so yeah, max damage is what, 15? No, how much?
So max damage, the Doshko does D12, so the roll is a 12, and then I get to add my strength bonus, which is 4. So max damage to me is 16 at the moment.
Yeah, he's dead. Gotta feel good rolling that max.
Oh man, that is so big because I am like my stamina is gone. I'm into health damage. And
this is dangerous. And guess what time it is? Is their turn. This guy takes a guarded step back away from Alindra. He's got his gun. He's going to try and shoot Alindra. What is your EAC, Alindra?
It is 11.
Okay, so that is a hit. I've rolled an 11. He's going to 1 point of damage. We're back to giving little tickles with these laser pistols. And this one's going to try and shoot across the table at you, at Dross.
Please don't.
He's rolled a 3, so he misses. Yeah. The table gets right up in between you, and it hits right in front of you. Raimi, it is your turn.
All right, so Raimi's gonna fire at the.
Raimi's the first through the door, and somehow wasn't shot to death. Oh boy.
Well, see, if we hadn't even gone for the combat, I was gonna sit down and play cards with them.
Hey guys, I'm totally a staff member here, right?
Hey, I was just gonna dance on in, you know?
That probably wouldn't have worked, I'm not gonna lie, because a bunch of strangers walked into the room with weapons drawn.
It might have worked up until I cut that dude's hand off.
Yeah.
That just probably soured the game.
You know,
You're playing D&D with your friends and someone cuts another person's...
I thought he had aces up his sleeve. I wanted to check. I did it the only way Vesk know how.
Edris dealt him a bad hand.
Podcast is over forever. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Okay, that was their turn.
It's my turn
we're
now.
still on Raimi. Raimi, you're
Because apparently a conversation had to
we
happen.
went on a little tangent there.
So Raimi is going to fire upon the gentleman attacking Alindra.
Okay, so this one right here. Oh boy, natural 15
Plus 3.
That's a hit.
Nice.
With your laser rifle. So what's this for damage? D8.
D8, yeah.
Roll them rocks.
5.
5.
Nice.
All right, so he is still up. He's not doing it too well. He's been slashed with a solar weapon. There's a hole in his shoulder from this laser rifle, and that is Knack's turn. Knack.
Can I do
Last but not least.
Can I do an intimidate check?
Yeah, in combat, what are you trying to get him to do?
Come on, guys. We've already killed your friends. Stand down.
So you can do in combat intimidate as a demoralize action. This is something you've looked up before, and now you know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm guessing no.
Yeah, totally.
Also, Knack, you might want to come into the room before you try and intimidate people.
I figured I was in the doorway.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Hey, you do Knack. You do Knack.
Demoralize. As a standard action in combat, you can use Intimidate to cause a creature within 30 feet of you become shaken for a number of rounds. So, yeah, what do you say to him?
So it's
you
not.
say you just killed his friends?
Yeah. So just to clarify, we can't. We can only put someone in shaken status. We can't cause them to drop out of combat and surrender. Right.
No, but it makes them. It's harder for them to continue fighting. So, if there's something you want to do, go ahead and roll that intimidate.
Let's do it. Oh man, here we go. 11 plus 7 is an 18.
Yeah. So this guy, that is exactly what you need to hit. He is shaken for the rest of the round. That's your standard action. You have a move action you want to do.
Which is the guy that got shaken?
You want to do the one that Alindra messed up. All right. Yep. So he's shaken. Probably not going to last the end of the next round.
This guy, honestly, guys, looks like this guy doesn't want to stand down. Get him.
All right, so that's your move action, and that's the first round, and that takes us back to our natural 20 on initiative, Andis.
All right, Andis is going to use his move action to... This is the first time I'm doing this. They're going to barricade themselves.
Okay.
Per the feet barricade, which is a move action to kind of gather a bunch of garbage around themselves.
There's some storage crates, some boxes, and you just kind of put your shoulder up against them.
Right.
Immediate cover.
I'm grabbing one of them and I'm pulling them down in front of me and I'm hunkering down.
Now, is this full cover?
This is partial cover.
Okay. That's still pretty good. Anywhere you're standing, basically.
2. Right, so it's a +2 to the AC.
Cool.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take a shot. Here we go.
Who do you want to shoot at? Oh no.
I'm shooting the one that I'm targeting, so that's only an 11 to hit.
I saw the one on damage. 11 to hit. Oh, that includes your targeting.
Correct.
Which one were you targeting? This guy right here, right?
Right. The one that I had previously marked.
So that's a plus. That's a +1 to that. So
yeah.
12.
That is a hit.
Yes. All right. So 1 damage.
Well done.
Believe it or not, guys, he had 1 hit point left.
I should have done the other guy.
That tickle is all it takes. He drops to the ground. And it's Alindra's turn.
Awesome. So she moves forward to this last remaining guy and takes her solar weapon and rolls a natural 1.
Natural 1.
Oh,
It's
man.
gonna go on a little while longer. So you step up to try and stab him with your silver weapon. He definitely jumps out of the way, and you hit the chair where he was standing like a moment ago. Slice through that chair. Do a lot of damage to that chair, but not a single point.
Take that chair.
Edros, it is your turn.
What, GM? What would be easier? Trying to, I guess I could make it. Can I make it all the way around this table? Because I can't just go like.
You can get around the table either way, I think, right?
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, it looks like I can just. So I'm going to move around, going behind Alindra, and then coming back around to the left-hand side of the last remaining gang member.
Yeah,
Kind of got him pinned up against the wall. This is the Alindra Edris wrecking crew about to end this guy's day. And I'm going to take a big swing with the Doshko again. So here we go. Oh yeah, 21.
That is a hit, believe it or not, on everything.
Yeah. Okay. Big damage. I rolled an 8, so it's gonna be a 12.
12 points. Yeah, he is not doing too well. He is still up, and oh boy, he takes a guarded step back away from you both. Yeah, he's right there in the corner. Who's he gonna shoot though? He looks at Alindra and not happy with her. That was his favorite chair. He tries to
no.
Natural 1. You're welcome.
Yeah!
He answers, and he also shoots the chair.
Awesome.
That chair, guys, it's not salvageable. Don't even ask about the chair after that. It's on fire. It's sliced in half. Raimi, it is your turn. Your turn, Raimi.
So Raimi's just gonna, position his laser rifle and take a shot.
Great. That is a hit.
Nice.
Natural 17 on the die.
D8, I believe, and 8.
Nice.
Max damage. He's dead.
Max damage. Way to go.
Yeah, we had a couple max damages here. All right, so that is the end of that. You put those guys down within like about 15 seconds of running in this room.
Yeah.
That may be our fastest combat ever in this game.
Yeah. So once the danger is past, Edris is gonna kind of sit down on the ground and just go, I'm gonna need some time to rest up. I've taken a lot of hits. I'm gonna take a healing serum, and I'm just gonna need a quick break before we move on.
Raimi walks by. Okay.
You're stabbing yourself with a serum?
Yeah, so I haven't taken that much health. Well, I just want to spend the resolve point to get my stamina back. I've only taken 2 points of health damage out of my 15, so I don't think that's worth the serum quite yet now that I rethink it. So I'm just going to spend the resolve point.
Okay, so you guys are resting up.
So
here?
that takes about 10 minutes. Do you want to just hang out in the back and take range shots?
I mean, I think we can just wait here for 10. I mean,
well, let's look around and see if it's safe enough for us to be here for 10 minutes. Because if we've killed at this point 6 people that have worked here,
yeah, you've killed a good number of the staff here.
I feel like we may not have 10 minutes to hang out in the back room.
That's my
maybe,
thought
but
too.
what Andis and I can do, as we are now beloved by the denizens of the dance floor, is we'll dance out there. Get a scope of the land.
Great point.
Please don't go back out there.
And then electric slide on back.
That is actually a great point, Raimi. Let's do this.
As you guys are talking about dancing, yeah, no, you don't get anywhere. As you guys are talking, no, put yourself back by the door, because as you're standing outside of it, a small slit opens up and a metal object drops through the slit at your feet. I need Andis, Raimi, and Edros to make me a reflex save.
Oh, no. Oh, this is so bad.
That's not a dance floor.
Oh, no.
Come on, dance moves. Don't let me down.
Can I toss a serum at Edris really quick?
Too late. He's about to explode. You're about to get covered in lizard guts.
All right, so Raimi, you've rolled a 12 plus 3, so 15.
Oh, man.
I've rolled a 14.
Got a 14.
And Edris has rolled a 15. 15 for Edris.
All right, so a fragmentation grenade comes through that door, lands right at your feet, and everyone takes 2 points of damage. as a massive explosion rocks the bottles of liquor on the shelves and everything around you, ripping through you guys. And we are in combat. I need everyone to make another set of initiative rolls.
Wait, so when you
More initiative.
GM, point of clarification, those three needed to make reflex saves, but is the damage applicable to all 5 of us, or just the 3 that needed to make saves?
Oh no, just the 3, right within about 15 feet of that door.
Okay.
So I think where you guys have positioned yourselves, Knack and Alindra, were just outside the blast.
So
All right.
Alindra got a 20 for initiative.
Knack has a 19 for initiative.
I have a 4.
Yeah, Andis got a 6. I feel like being close to a frag grenade going off probably slows you down a bit.
I feel like Edris has gone full beast mode because he's got a 20 as well. So he only wanted to do was rest up, and now he's trying to get blown up, and he's pissed.
All right, all right. So we are in combat. Idros, I believe you are a little bit faster than Alindra. What would you like to do? A grenade has popped through this door. Someone on the other side.
Oh, it's hard. So both Andis and Raimi are kind of in front of the door, so
Say excuse me.
Oh, man. He's going to move to the door and just kick it open.
All right, cool. Make me an attack roll. See how
Didn't
this
even
plays
say
out.
excuse me. Didn't even say it.
Some people here don't have.
You didn't want to roll
is
an
it-
athletics check to do like a heroic leap?
So I rolled a 17 on the die. I don't know if you want me to add my strength to that.
Oh yeah, it will be. This door just crumples underneath your kick. Kind of comes off his hinges a little bit, and inside there is a desk. It looks like a small office. There is in front of you a Vesk guy in armor, and he has a massive hammer slung over his back and a huge, looks like a heavy assault laser rifle in his hands. Behind the desk, kind of ducked down, is a woman, tattoos all over her face. Looks like some slums trash mod, and she's got a gun and a club in one hand. And she calls out, "You aren't taken for running the Daz down without a fight, you flim for brains." In Vesk, she says to this guy, "Get ready." So that is going to be, so you move and you attack the door. Door's open, and it is Alindra's turn.
Right. I am going to...
Edris would convey that. He's going to, everything he just saw is just like, I've got two enemies, one with, both armed and with guns.
So, I think
careful.
people are blocking the door. Am I able to move through them?
You can move through allies, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move right up to this guy. I'm going to move on this side, though. Can you do that?
Okay. Yeah, so you move
Halfway through the wall.
Yeah, right past. Do you say excuse me? Are you excusing yourself this week?
Not this time.
Okay, so you're running past
The time for etiquette is over.
And yeah, there's this massive Vesk in front of you. What would you like to do?
I am going to... Oh, first of all, I'm 1 point toward photon attunement.
All right.
I am going to use my melee attack roll. So I rolled a 16 plus 4, so
Ooh.
20.
Against this KA set, that is a hit.
Yeah, and then
Dang.
5 points of damage. 6 points of damage because of photon attunement.
Oh, can't forget that. Awesome. So that is Alindra's turn. Knack. Ooh, with that high roll.
All right, I'm going to get up close, at least so I can see through the door.
Yeah.
And, because that guy looks like the bigger problem right now. Get him. So,
On the Vesk.
On the Vesk guy.
Yep. You can see kind of through the door there. Okay, so he is marked.
And I think that's
That-
all I can do, unfortunately.
Oh, because you had to move.
'Cause I had to move.
Okay. All right, so he's gonna take a guarded step back on the Vesk on his turn. He's got his rifle, huge rifle, levied at Alindra. What is your EAC, Rebecca? Your character's EAC.
11.
He has hit that. I've rolled a 12 on the dice. Ooh boy, it does 9 points of damage as a massive bolt of laser fire just tears through like just the side of your stomach.
Ooh,
yeah.
that hurt. That hurt, guys.
Yeah, pretty dangerous one here. And from behind the desk, Ferrani Nadaz, the woman that was just speaking, she's gonna through the doorway try and shoot at Dross. She's got a a gun. It sounds, it's not a laser rifle. It's like a jacketed, a full metal jacketed kind of auto gun. All right. And what is your armor class, sir?
My EAC, or which one? What are you looking for again?
I think this one actually might be KAC, but what's both? I'll look it up here.
My EAC is 14. My KAC is 17.
All right, well, this is going to hit on either, but it's a semi-auto pistol. I don't know if that does energy damage.
I think that's probably kinetic.
But even if that's against KAC, so +6, I've rolled 13 here. That is a hit.
I'm in so much trouble. It was nice. I'm really glad. This was really fun making Edris.
It does. So she does 6 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
Great. And we are on.
Didn't you use a resolve point to get your stamina back, though?
Oh, no. We did not have 10 minutes to rest.
Nope.
Dangerous times ahead. Great. So now it is Andis's turn.
Let's talk about cover. If I'm standing here, can I shoot around a corner?
Yeah, you can use the door frame, basically, as full cover.
Okay, yeah. So, but I don't think I would be able to shoot at the Vesk in the big armor.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have line of sight. If you want to move to the other side of the door, he's facing the opposite of that door frame.
I am going to use my move action to target our friend up here behind the desk.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my... so I'm tracking her. And I'm going to use my laser rifle to shoot very good lasers. 9.
So a 9, yeah, even with your bonus, she's behind cover, and it just hits the desk right in front of her. That takes us to Raimi, the bottom here.
So I am going to pop up over here to use full cover and shoot at the Vesk.
So yeah, you're jumping on some crates right outside the door. And yeah, you've got a beat on him.
It's a 14.
15 with a get him, and that's against his EAC. I think that's going to be an important one. That is a hit.
Ha! Nice.
3 points of damage.
Hit. Okay. So that is your full turn. That takes us back to Edros.
Edris is he's looking awful, and he's gonna be like, I have to bow out.
Back up, buddy. Back up.
I need to heal up, and he's gonna move past Andis, so he's behind a wall now.
Yep. Total cover. I can't see you from inside there.
And it's gonna take a full round for me to get out my serum and take it, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I think you could probably pull it out as part of the move action, right?
I don't think so.
I think I'd have to get into my pack. I don't
stowed,
think that's
pull it from stowed.
And I imagine
that's something you can keep in a quick release sheath, maybe, or in a small.
Yeah, if I had one, then yeah, I would think you could. But I had to use a move action to get behind the wall.
All right, so you pull it out.
So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to pull it out this round, but I'll have to
dangerous. Alindra is in the room by herself right now.
Oh my god!
And it is your turn, Alindra.
Yeah, right. I'd get back.
Yeah. All right. I'll be okay.
Be moving forward.
Oh no! So brave.
I
so
believe in a thing called Alindra.
Dun dun dun.
All right, so I'm another point toward photon attunement.
All right, so you're stepping forward onto the Vesk, this giant Vesk, this gun.
Yeah,
I hope you can at least use. I hope you can at least use Supernova before you die.
I know, that's what I'm hoping to. All right, so I'm going to use my melee attack roll. Oh damn it!
Oh my god!
This is rough. A natural 1.
All right, so I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh man,
that is indeed a miss.
Oh no!
Oh no, we can all say it. It is Knack, but you can save everyone by just running in and being a hero right now.
You can be a hero.
Hurts me to suggest that. Oh,
you can save Alindra from certain death. Just go in there and get shot.
Yeah.
Please and thank you, Knack.
GM, I have a question. Can I see the Vesk from here?
Nah,
I cannot.
looking through a wall.
All right. If I move to this position, can I see the Vesk?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're moving right behind Raimi on the left side of the door frame. You will not be able to get the bonuses to cover that he is, but you've got line of sight.
That's fine, because I am going to try to shoot him with my azimuth laser pistol to
We
see.
need a natural 20.
Just,
I was about to say, it's a good time right after Alindra has rolled the 1. Rebecca's rolled the 1. You got it.
17 to hit.
It is a hit, not a critical, but that is some needed damage. 3 points of damage?
3 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, he's still up. And it is his turn. He's going to take...
Oh no, it's about to get real.
He's going to just keep moving, taking a guarded step back with his rifle, and he's going to take aim at Alindra again.
Oh,
Natural 16. That is a hit. Very low damage. 4 points of damage.
Oh,
This
thank
roll.
God.
Yeah, that could have spilled some.
Yeah, but we still have you have another threat in the room whose only target is literally you.
Yeah.
Oh no, she has both Raimi and Andis, and she is going after Andis in full cover here. So that's +4 to your AC. What is your KAC?
My KAC is 13.
Okay, so just double check here. She has some bonuses because when you targeted her, it looks like she is targeting right back at you, sir. Exocortex. So that is she has a +8 here. So I've got a 19 minus 4. What's your KAC?
13. So +4 is 17.
That is a hit. 19. So 7 points of damage. She targets right as you pop out.
Oof.
Right as you pop up the door frame. And she is also dipping behind cover like you guys are. Cover in this game is pretty crazy. Pretty useful in situations like this and firefights. That is my turn. Andis.
All right. Andis is going to continue shooting and is going to take
back at her.
shots. Yeah, it's going to take 2 shots. Now it's a duel.
Nice.
All right, here we go. First one is a natural 1. Great.
Guys.
One is a
Rough times.
9 minus 4. So
both hit that desk right in front of her. Oh, and such wasted great damage rolls.
Does anybody have a pronking grenade?
I do. I've got a grenade.
That's a spoiler.
Well, I just use a grenade.
That's true.
Raimi.
So Raimi's going to take aim at the Vesk.
Okay, yep, you still got a beat on him. He's kind of moved diagonally.
20.
12.
Okay, he still has... Oh, no, he does not have Get Him On anymore, right?
No, he does not.
Renew.
Oh, drats.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
a
I had to
12
move to do what I was doing.
versus his EAC. That is a hit.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. Thank God for EACs being crappy.
And 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Well
yeah.
done, Raimi.
He's not doing too well. He's taken a few slices. He's taken a few shots. He's barely holding up this massive laser heavy weapon. Okay, Edros, we're on to you.
So Edros is going to use the serum. So it gives me 1d8 healing. I've rolled a 4.
Stabs yourself in the chest.
Yeah, so which doesn't help me out too much, but at least I might be able to survive at least one more shot. And then I'm actually going to pull out my own laser rifle, and that will be all that I can do.
You can move and pull it out, right? If you want.
Oh yeah, but
It doesn't really help you just to move in and get shot.
yeah. There's nowhere. I mean, so just kind of looking. We've got Alindra in the center of a room,
And everyone else
going to die.
outside taking pot shots.
Yeah, everybody else is kind of up against the door.
I gotta say, as
either
GM,
side
I
of the
love
door.
this fight so much. Alindra, it is your turn.
All right, so
Fully attuned.
if I were smart, I would probably move outside the room to do this. But I kind of wanted to just take out my serum and heal up and not move.
So basically, you were just putting your hand up, like your one finger, but just one moment.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Stab the EpiPen into your leg.
If I could just have a second.
I don't even know if you can do that because I don't know if you have enough actions to pull something out. And
No,
use it.
so I'm looking at
you
the
do.
serums right now, and yeah, I can imbibe as a standard action or pour it down the throat of someone as a full action. But anyway, so it's standard action. I could move out before I do it, but then I would be too far away to be able to get back to them.
So you would, if you're moving and taking something out, if it's not a weapon, that is also going to be a move action to take an item out. If you're standing still, you can heal up right now. Not gonna lie, you're gonna get shot again. I think.
I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna probably get shot regardless. But then I'll be
It's up to you.
up, so it'll be fine.
Oh.
So
That's some wishful thinking.
This is
Are
really
you,
wishful
Are
thinking.
you?
but
How
go
close
for
are
it.
you to being? Oh, I'm sorry. How close are you to being fully attuned?
I am fully attuned. Can I use? Oh my god, I'm fully attuned.
You're fully attuned.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
So I just yells at Alindra like, all right, so I am fully attuned. So I'm gonna move over right next to this guy, and actually I'm gonna move over here between these two people.
That's fine.
How far does my supernova?
I think it goes 15 feet.
Is it 10 feet?
At the very least 10 feet, and from where you are, you're going to be able to possibly hit both of them.
Yeah,
she's going to have a little bit of a bonus because she is behind cover, a little bit of a reflex bonus. This guy's getting nothing. The Vesk immediately to your right is full range of that blast. So
Yeah.
it is
So
from last
all
time
creatures within
DC
10 feet.
14. Is that correct?
oh gosh, I can't remember.
All right, I'm going to roll for her first. Okay, she's fine behind the desk, so she's only not taking as much damage. The Vesk in front of you, natural one.
Natural.
Yes!
Awesome.
Yes!
Natural. one.
That was a very important reflex roll. So you do
It's
2d6, right?
Yeah, it's 1d6 fire plus 1d6 fire to all enemies in 10 feet. So 2d6, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first is 4,
Mhm.
and the second one is 3.
Right. So a massive blast of solar energy emanates from Alindra in the middle of the room. This lady up here takes a little bit for Anina does. The Vesk in front of you just gets blasted back against this back wall here and falls down dead.
Awesome.
Yes!
I actually have a rules question. So since
Yeah.
I'm photon attuned, do I get +1 to my damage roll for that?
That's a great question. I think that's
I
something,
would think. Go ahead.
something we can look up in just a minute here.
Okay.
But why don't we celebrate while you have it? You just knocked that guy out.
Hell
who
yeah.
was
Well done.
probably going to have murdered you on this next turn. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you probably would have been close to dying. And yeah, she took some damage too. Some of the first she took. That is your turn, Knack. It's your turn now.
All right. Am I in vision of her, even though she's behind cover?
You will be able to see her, but you have to move within that door frame if you're not up against it.
Okay. That's no good. So I don't see her at all. I can't target her at all.
No, not from where you are.
Okay. That's coming.
If you take just a guarded step forward 5 feet, you'll be within range, and you can see her right in that doorway.
Yeah, but then I'm targetable in that doorway.
That is also true. It's almost like a quid pro quo kind of thing, where if they can hit you, you can hit them.
If I take a 5-foot step to my right, not directly in the doorway, I can still do the same thing?
Yeah, no, you can see her from there. If you have to do something that requires 30 feet, you might be outside of that range, but or are you just shooting?
No, I am looking at this. This is the only person that's left. Get her.
and that's got a range of 60, right?
I just have to be able to see them. So as long as I can see them, I can cast that.
Great. All right, so that is your turn. I think on her turn, she's going to shoot. Yeah, Alindra. That's gonna hit. Ooh, natural 2 on the dice.
Needed that.
Pretty important one. That is a miss. She was not targeting you. Andis, your turn.
Okay, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to shoot or if I'm going to try to talk this person down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
You could
she's
also
pretty
provide.
battle lusty right now, so
Yeah.
talking down is going to be near impossible. Not going to lie.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Well, that's
two-
fair. That's fair.
Some mechanics that we haven't taken advantage of because she's about to get closed in on melee, so you could try and do either covering fire or harrying fire, so that when Alindra closes in on her,
Yeah, I guess
Or-
that's so. I'd totally forgotten about those.
Yeah, so for our listeners,
can you remind me what the rules for covering fire and?
I'll read them out. So for if you provide covering fire, it is a standard action, a ranged attack roll versus an AC of 15. You do not do any damage, but an ally will gain +2 AC against the next attack made against that enemy.
That is pretty cool.
So that's covering fire. Harrying fire is a standard action, a ranged attack roll versus AC 15, no damage. An ally gains +2 to next attack roll versus target.
So I can either grant +2 to AC, or I can grant +2 to hit.
Yeah. So harrying fire is the +2 to attack. Covering fire is the +2 to AC.
This plus 1 and +2s really add up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in a game where there's, cover as well. So she's behind cover. What do you want to do, Andis?
I am going to go for that covering fire to try to give Alindra some cover on this.
Okay.
Nice.
Go for it.
And I'm here we go. It's only a 12.
So she is not phased by you shooting the desk all up in front of her. She's like, you're going to have to do better than that.
It occurs to me that at higher levels, you can just kind of auto cover fire.
Yeah. You just poke your gun out the side and start spraying. Raimi, your turn, sir. What do you got for us?
All right, so I think what Raimi's going to try to do, I'm going to use my energy ray.
Okay, so one of your... So this is going to be an attack roll as well.
Correct.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
Right. So tell us what Energy Ray does.
So Energy Ray is a level 0 spell that allows you to cast energy with either fire, electricity, cold, and I believe acid damage as well.
Yeah, one of the different energy types.
And I am looking to use acid.
Oh, cool. And you can choose whenever you cast it, you just choose what you want it to be at the moment. Oh,
go ahead and roll that for me. All right, so that is plus your dexterity bonus as well for these ranged attacks versus her EAC. So you rolled 11, and that's what's your bonus? Your dex bonus?
My dex bonus is 3.
So a 14. That is a miss.
Well, keep it, but there's also get 'em on top of that for 15.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you did that on the previous turn, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I'm not going to lie. 15 is exactly what you needed.
Yeah!
Nice. Yes.
Well done.
Pretty important one. I was about
That's
to say,
some good teamwork.
This cover she's got behind this desk is killer. So, yeah, it was.
Hopefully that acid eats it away.
All right, so go ahead and roll that D3 for me, sir.
All right, rolling D3.
3. Yeah, 3.
Oh, maximum.
Nice.
Next damage. That is your turn, Edros. You're back in the fight.
So Edros is just kind of sitting behind the wall. All of a sudden, he hears a huge last time until now, he heard a massive explosion, and he just saw Andis run into the room. So he's immediately like, Alindra, and he's gonna move. He's actually just gonna drop the rifle now because now he's just worried about his teammate. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna pull the Doshko out again and move. And kind of once he gets into the room, he sees that this Vesk has been blown away, and it's just the last person left. So he's going to go ahead and close that whole distance and get right next to her.
Yep.
Kind of getting put. He sees that. I'm guessing, Alindra, you probably look pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty rough.
So he's gonna position himself in between the bad guy and Alindra, and
for running it does. You've got a 35-foot movement, right?
Yes, I do.
You can make an attack.
All right, let's try and take this baddie down.
Is behind cover. She's got a bonus here. You're attacking over the desk. What do you roll?
Yeah, I don't think my 7 is going to be enough with a 5 and with a +6. I still don't think that'll be enough.
Well, hang on.
That is a miss.
Well, so 7 plus 6 is how much?
13.
Plus 1 is 14. So
no, I'm adding your get him into that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. So let's go ahead and Alindra, your turn.
All right. So as a move action, can I pull out my serum and then do it as standard action?
Yep, that is
okay. Cool. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Pulling this out of your jacket pocket, stabbing it right in your thigh. Go ahead and roll that D8 for healing. Serum mark 1.
Oh my god.
Wrong.
Roll the 1. All right,
Natural.
so I got a 1.
Pronking healing serums.
That is your entire turn, Knack. Back to you.
All right, so once again, I am going to say, she's the only one in there. Let's get him. So I have. I'm standing in the doorway. She is marked for me. I'm also going to shoot her with my azimuth laser pistol.
Oh, please get a 20. We need a 20s.
I believe in a neck.
So that's a 15 to hit.
EAC, I think we just figured out that is a hit.
Yes, and 3 damage on top of that.
Yeah, you've put a couple shots on her now, right?
I don't know that I've actually gotten to hit her, but I have targeted her a couple of times.
Okay, so on her turn, she's going to guarded step back, and she's going to target Edros, who's right on top of her. Ooh, no, that is a miss.
Yes.
Yes.
She's not doing too well.
That is so huge.
Yo, well, getting right up it shows she couldn't change her focus of who she was targeting either because she had to move. Pretty bad stuff here for her. Andis, your turn.
All right, just taking stock of the debris situation here. Is there enough to form a barricade?
Yeah, so you've moved against the western wall, and there is indeed some technical equipment, some electronic stuff, maybe like an amp, a few speakers, and you can just huddle them up.
I grab them and I'm gonna pull them up next to me. And then I'm gonna take a fire with my laser rifle. Yeah, it's a 5 to hit.
Natural 2. Oh boy.
Technically, it's a 6. It's a 6. You're good. It's a 6.
Raimi, if there's something you could do to help everyone out, it is your turn, sir.
All right, so I'm just going to use my laser rifle this time.
20. We got to have a 20 in here somewhere.
There we go. 22. It was 9.
A 9 is a
for the listeners.
Is a myth.
For the listeners, he rolled that 3 times. 2 9s and 1 19.
Yeah, probably not going to take an average of those.
I love it when someone just takes out their frustrations on roll 20 by just spamming D20. It's like, come on,
Edros, it is your turn, Tyler.
Oh, Edros, I think he's feeling desperate. He's got a lot of holes in him. He just wants this to be over, so he's going to can I take a guarded step diagonally, or is there a desk in the way? Do I have to take a full move?
Guard step, full move is both a move action, so whatever you want to do, you get
I'll just take a full, I'll go around the desk and kind of pin, just start pinning her into a corner.
Yeah, she doesn't have a ton of places to run in this office.
Yeah, and I'm going to take another swing. Ooh, 13 on the die. That's going to be a 21.
So yeah, you've negated her, but getting behind the desk herself, she does not have a cover bonus, so that is a hit.
Yes!
Nice. Okay, please damage. Come on.
Pretty important.
Only 6 plus 4 is 10 damage.
Only 10 damage? That's so much. She does not look like she's doing too well. She's taken a couple, I think, laser pistol fire shots, and now you've messed her up with her that huge Doshko you carry around. Alindra, your turn. Can you finish this off?
Oh gosh, I would really love to. I'm gonna go toward Photon Attunement again. I can do that, right? I don't have to alternate.
Nope. No, you can.
Okay, cool.
Just use Photon forever.
Photon for the win. All right, so I'm gonna move right up to this lady. Can I just jump on the desk?
You can with an acrobatics, but you can move around the desk, and I don't know why I'm suggesting this. You can flank with a draw.
Awesome.
I was about to say, well, I want to make sure you can tell what the map was. That is, just a corner of the room.
Okay, cool. So I'll stand on the other side of the desk, and I am going to use my solar weapon against this lady.
Yes! So plus 3 to this roll.
So 17 plus 3 is a 20.
You've also negated her. She has no cover if you move behind that desk.
And get him is plus 1 as well.
And and I have a plus 1 to damage roll because of Photon Attunement. So
you come right up.
Damage?
7.
Oh, nice.
You come right up behind her and stab her through the chest, and she falls to the ground.
Yes! Yeah! We don't even know who she is, but she's dead.
I said her name 5 times. We are out of combat.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are alive.
Edris immediately turns around and goes, "Dibs on that other lizard's gear."
You know, the one that I did 0 damage to.
Yeah, Alindra immediately starts looting both bodies because, let's face it, she killed both of them.
Oh, dude, MVP. I mean, like, absolutely MVP. You can absolutely have your pick of this.
Yeah, the Solarian is I'm warming up to her a little bit.
Oh, I bet a lot. I mean, so just a little peek behind Edris's health situation. I was 5 points from death at one point.
I was 4 points from death. I am now at 5 points.
We were both really messed up.
Don't worry. Nat continued to not take any damage, but he looks around. He looks around and at the assembled carnage and how well we did as a team, and thinks, "There's something to this. There's something to this."
Oh my gosh!
Oh, thank God!
All right,
thank God! Nat thinks that. Oh my God! Wow. Okay, so we took a quick break after the last combat because that was crazy. That was about an hour of nonstop action, and we're back. Congratulations on everyone for surviving that fight. How are you all feeling?
Not great.
Not ideal.
I only have 2 points of damage.
I'm pretty good. I'm doing good.
That's pretty good.
Drew, is Knack alive? Is he okay?
I'm pretty sure that he took 0 points of damage.
How is that possible? There was like a grenade that exploded.
Drew, you're going to want to be very careful here because at some point, Patrick's just going to want to damage your character. And he's going to have a bit.
Knack will be the first one to die. I know this. I'm
Or
aware
turn to
of it.
stone.
Throwback.
So most of you guys have been taking a few hits. Is there anyone that needs, immediate healing actions right now? Like, or does anyone want to use a healing serum? Mark 1?
I think I will. I'm going to do that.
That is a D8 roll.
And I got a 4.
In your leg. Great. So that's hit points you immediately get back.
Yep.
Yeah, magical healing. Those are those serums of magical healing that close wounds and make you feel good.
I just want to point out, I think I might have mentioned while we were not recording that Rebecca, you might have saved several characters' life in this last fight. With,
I know. Alindra really
Dawes.
proved herself, I think.
I didn't want to, suggest the correct course of action or the potentially life-saving course of action, but there was at one point where you're thinking about healing yourself in combat instead of, lopping off someone's head or doing whatever you do as a Solarian. And I was like, oh my gosh, if that happens, it will be bad because your character, Alindra, looks down at this Vesk bodyguard and you notice that there's another grenade on his belt. And if you had not pressed the attack, that grenade was going to everyone outside of the room. They were going to eat that grenade. And I think that was when Tyler Adros was also like taking a serum at the time. So could have been pretty bad.
Well, and it's thanks to Edris that Alindra remembered. Right.
The 3 rounds in already.
I remember. I thought you were perfect. I thought you were batting 1,000. I was like, this is exactly what she wants to do. She's pushing attack. She's charging that supernova. Nobody else is in that room.
I think that is what I was intending. That's exactly what I was intending originally, and then I forgot somehow, like in the middle of like doing that. I forgot what my plan was. But yes, thank you very much for saving all of us.
Yeah.
Or helping me save everybody.
Yeah, no, you definitely probably would have arrived.
I think his hit points, like even if you had just attacked him with your sword, your energy sword, you probably would have been able to take him down. You just needed to do like some attack against him in order to prevent him from getting another round and getting some. He was either. I was going to leave it a chance. He was either going 50-50, throw that grenade at everyone else, or shoot you again with a laser. So it was either Alindra probably going out of combat or potentially a Dross or another player. It was harried.
His laser, just to let the listeners in on, that was the Azimuth artillery laser. That's a 1d10 weapon.
It's so
that does a critical burn of 1d6. It is a nasty gun.
A critical
that is a heavy weapon.
Oh so yeah, it's a big thing. It required a 6.5 foot tall Vesk to hold it. Yeah, no, a critical could have killed anyone here. I think maybe not a Dross at full health, but
that would have sent him into a retreat for sure.
Right. So, yeah, just taking more stock of how everyone is doing here. Now that you're panting, you are out of combat. You get a better look at the back office here. There are some small crates on one side. The desk, which Farane Nadaz was hiding behind, is pot marked with laser rifle and laser pistol burns. So you guys hit that desk a lot more than you hit her. And then in the opposite corner of the room is a steel cage, a small door, and there's some boxes inside there. Broken glass and a thick pool of Vesk blood spread out in the middle of this small office. On the floor behind the desk, you're standing over the Downside King's leader, as described to you by Jabaxa, the level 21 crew, Farane Nadaz. She's got some laser burn marks and a solar energy kind of like halo around her still. And she's like smoldering lightly. And she's a pretty nasty looking piece of work. Pretty nasty, gang member. She's got face tattoos and even in death, a very harsh look to her. A scowl. And so like I said, we're out of combat and you guys are just getting stock of what's happened. What are you guys saying to each other?
Well, Alindra takes a deep breath to kind of recoup from all of the work, and immediately goes over to the desk because she loves going through papers.
Right, so I mean, there's not too much in the desk. Do you want to check Franny herself?
Yes, please.
Fernani has, so she's wearing an Essex suit of armor. There's a club kind of to her side. What she was firing was a semi-auto pistol, and it still has a good deal of ammunition left in its clip. If you check that, she has on her person as well a data pad. You find a small key card in her pocket and a couple of cred sticks. And when you check them, there are 500 creds on them.
On each of them?
No, no. In total, she has 500 creds on her person.
Okay, cool. So I pick up the data pad and hand it to Andis because I'm not so good at computers.
Andis, you got a data pad.
Oh,
Bequeath
thank you.
To you.
Is this data pad locked?
Yeah, so you pick it up and it is indeed, there's some encryption on it.
Okay. I am going to try to unlock it. Here we go.
Okay. So it's going to take a little while you do that, but pretty good roll here. An 11 on the die, and then what's your modifier?
That's
computer
plus
skill.
9. So it's a 20 for my check.
20. So you get to work on that. What is... Let's see, who haven't we checked in with? What's a Raimi doing right now?
Raimi's kind of looking over Andis' shoulder, just because he is also curious about what's locked in the computer and would like to assist Andis if he has difficulty unlocking it, as he has hacking capabilities as well.
Awesome. Okay, then
Raimi, get those thumbs in here.
You're holding on to it.
Use those meat
thumbs
hooks
on each side. Edros, what about Tyler? What about your character?
I think Edros, he's hurt. Game wise, all of his stamina is gone. Of his 15, of his 15 hit points, I believe he only has. Of my 15 hit points, I only have 9 left, and no stamina. But I have all my resolve points. So, but I'm basically he's going to toss aside the rifle he was carrying around that he took off one of the dead strong Absalom movement guys, and he's going to
literally
yeah,
just throw it on the ground.
He's just going to toss it on the ground.
Awesome.
And he's going to basically look through this big Vesk, all of his gear. He's very interested in the heavy weapon.
Yeah.
He's a big Vesk guy. He's got the same kind of equipment that Edris would be interested in. But once he does that, he's probably just going to sit down and rest because he's very, very injured and not feeling great.
So, Edros, you go over to this Vesk and you see that he has on troop ceremonial plate, the armor troop ceremonial plate, and it is colored red, just blood red, and it kind of clashes. He's a green and blue skinned Vesk, and on his person, strung over his back, even though he didn't pull it out in this fight, before he died, is an assault hammer, a melee weapon, which you may or may not be familiar with. He has also the azimuth artillery laser, the thing that was just lighting up Alindra Vallis.
Yeah, that's what he's interested in. He's going to pick that up, and if anybody if anybody wants anything else off the vest, they can take it. The armor, the assault hammer, that's a one-handed weapon. Edris doesn't really have any interest in it. But
is it the assault hammer?
Yes, yes, it is.
You're about that two-handed lifestyle.
So it's an advanced melee weapon. So.
Yes.
It still requires some finesse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Could we pick it up to sell it
level
later?
1?
Yeah, no, you guys can take any of this stuff and get rid of it later.
It is 95 credits if you are buying, so that means it's
4 or 5.
Not much. It does 1d6 bludgeoning damage. It is an analog weapon, level 1. And the ceremonial troop, that is level 1 heavy armor, if anybody is interested in investing in heavy armor.
So Raimi looks at Edris
Only a couple
and
people can
says,
use
hey, can you toss me that hammer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
If you had a nickel, Edros, for every time someone said that to you. A nickel credit. And also, as I said earlier, he still has a frag grenade, Mark 1 frag grenade on his belt, clipped on.
So who else proficient with those?
Edris is proficient with grenades. Is anybody else proficient with grenades?
So is Andis, yeah. So
cool.
If you're taking that big old assault rifle and you'd prefer to just like keep blasting with that, I can take the grenade and just use that as needed.
Awesome. Edris would pick up the grenade and just, anybody want a grenade?
Ooh, I've always wanted to play with one of those. Says Andis. That's who I am. I'm Andis.
And he also, the Vesk has a cred stick with 200 credits on it. So there's racking up them credits from your murder victims.
Cool. Well, then Edris would give Andis the frag grenade and divvy out the credits from
Awesome.
the cred stick.
Yeah, or you could do that later. It doesn't matter. 6 in one hand, half dozen the other. What's Knack doing in this little cool down after the fight?
So looks like we've got the characters, the deceased enemies on the ground covered, but there's those boxes and crates behind the
locked caged area.
Yeah, can I try to get in there?
Yeah, it's a little bit more than a small closet, and you can kind of see in. It's a porous gate up front. It is indeed locked. Find it locked. A little electronic lock right outside.
So with that, my computers ain't what they used to be. Hey, Raimi, you want to give me a hand with this lock?
Yeah. I look up from the terminal that Andis is toying with and walk over to where Knack is and try to finesse the computer lock.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll.
And I'll of course give you a hand if you need it.
So I rolled 14 plus a 7 modifier of 21.
Do you have? You don't have engineering, do you, Raimi?
Engineering, I do. Which is also a 7 modifier. So
okay, I was about to say this is actually going to be engineering to kind of pop the case off the.
Do you want me to re-roll it because it's the same exact?
No. Okay. So you've got a 21 with a die roll of 14. That is enough, just enough. And as you pop it open, Alindra, you come over and you have like a key card, and you're like, oh, never mind. How you got on her, buddy?
Oh yeah, there's a key card.
Oops. We like thieving.
I was about to ask when it was my turn again to speak. I was going to ask what the key card was for.
You don't have a turn to speak.
Well, I was going to let you roll for it, but you figure it out after you see them prying open this lock cage. So yeah, there's a number of little storage containers, and locked inside there. There's a case. It has an auto target rifle with 5 rounds of long arm rounds, 10 cartridges each. It's kind of like the jacketed gun that she was using for Ronnie, but a long arm version of that kind of weapon.
That's very cool. An auto target rifle is a level 2 rifle. It's worth 755 credits. It does 1d6 piercing with a 60-foot range. That's 10 rounds.
Whoa, our gun guy over here.
Edris would be,
It's an analog weapon, but it is also an automatic weapon. So if anybody's interested in that,
and you said that's a long arm.
that is long arm.
Ooh. There is a small briefcase with inside a lined foam interior, and there are 2 incendiary grenades inside. 2 Mark 1 incendiary grenades.
Oh, Christmas came early, Andis.
Another
very small pouch. You find 2 Mark I healing serums.
Nice.
There is a technical kit that looks like an armor upgrade, and peering through it, anyone's got a base engineering check can tell that this is a quick release sheath armor upgrade, something you can kind of apply to the armor that you're wearing. That is what, Andis, you have like in your body, right?
Yeah, that's part of the armor upgrade slot that is part of the android body.
Anyone can use this and apply it to the armor that they're wearing, so long as you have an armor upgrade slot, which not every armor has. What else do we find? We've got a hollow skin.
What is that?
What does that mean?
I believe that is, correct me if I'm wrong, that is something that you can use to appear as another, like, being, like it's a disguise thing.
So, a hollow skin is a holographic projector, and it's generally mounted on your person, on like your arm or your belt, and it can be programmed using the disguise skill to project a different appearance from what you normally look like. And so you can make yourself look like, have different facial features, you could be a different race, a different creature type, without your disguise check changing drastically. Because like normally, heck, if you want to appear to be a Vesk, there will be some negatives involved.
I already have the vocal modulator. I think that
this was the missing piece of the puzzle.
A great addition to Nack's arsenal. I would like to have that.
Yeah. That sounds like.
Aren't you a little short for a Vesk?
And then I turn it on, and I suddenly look just like Edris.
What else have we found? Oh, there's another crate inside another box. You find UPBs. So hard to say. I'm going to say it wrong 18 million times. UPBs, which stands for Universal Polymer Base. Which I know it is. I don't. I'm going to forget that what it stands for a million times. But UPBs are kind of like 3D printer material that you can craft stuff with. So you can turn them into a gun, or you can turn them into some electronics equipment.
Cool.
But yeah, they're also, kind of like a currency type as well for the people that don't rely on creds.
Living off the grid.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the quick release sheath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody else want any of the things immediately here?
Just really quick, the incendiary grenades, those are worth 375 credits. They do 1d6 fire and 1d4 burn with a 5-foot blast. So there are 2 of them. Andis, do you want to take one and I'll take one?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I don't think anyone had a grenade at your character's start, but most anyone can use a grenade fairly easily. You get some bonuses to throwing it if you're stronger, like I guess Edros and Alindra, you would have a bonus to throw it and to like hit where you want to, but then the difficulty class of who you're throwing the grenade at for their reflex save is based on your dexterity. So it uses kind of both strength and dexterity to hit where you're trying to hit, and then also do an appropriate amount of damage for that grenade. So it requires a strong arm and finesse.
Okay.
So I
need
do
to
not
read up on
have
those.
dex, so that is unwise for me.
Well, I don't have strength, so.
But your
maybe
strength,
we can throw it together.
everyone's going to be a little have some weaknesses with grenades, but it's pretty easy to toss one across a room and just kind of hope and pray.
I'm sorry. Did you just suggest that Alindra has weaknesses?
Did you just assume my weakness? How dare you?
Oh, I don't know. Talking to people seems to be one.
Oh, whatever. So Alindra would like to claim the healing serum.
There are
serum
2
things. Yeah,
You
the small
take
pouch that has 2 of them in there. I'll take those.
Okay.
Okay.
And Alindra
Nobody
looks.
else gets any.
Alindra looks
a
her-
lot of damage.
Well, I think everyone else did grab something except for Alindra, so maybe fair's fair there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess so.
Taken.
Oh no, I'm not saying she shouldn't have them.
I mean, it's only 100 credits.
The presentation was surprising. No,
So, getting back to Andis, it takes a few minutes, and you guys can, the rest of you, if you want, can also spend this as, to burn a resolve and to gain back stamina. But during this time, Andis 147, you are cracking into this computer. Ramey's providing some, just logistical support as your fingers are tapping across the screen, and you find it's got just tons of names and like lists of enterprises. It looks like a lot of bookkeeping of various illegal activities,
so perhaps a list of their like customers and such.
So they're not so many names as it is a lot of numbers, and looks like lists of services, illegal, illicit services. But it seems like they were using the Fusion Queen to advertise said services, and also to launder their credits, how they get their credits clean. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, Andis, you find kind of an anomaly, which you like mark and go back and read after you've cracked into this thing. It's message communications from an infosphere protocol that you identify as coming from a very affluent part of Absalom Station, the Blue Rise Spire on Absalom Station. And their messages sent to Fawning Nadaz that are labeled from DG. If you want to read it aloud, you can. It's up to you.
I will. The Starfinder Creel. Let me try that again. Not krill, not the thing that whales eat. Sorry.
Good job. Krill. Run away!
The Starfinder Creel is getting close to blowing our operation here. We fear he will seek access to the Acreon. Let's see if I can make a culture check. Nope.
You
plus nothing.
That's easy information, so you've got it actually with a roll of 8, because you have read that about 10 times in the last 24 hours. That is the name of the ship that exited drift space without a crew that you are following on your own datapad.
Oh, right, that's the one that I saw on the Twitter sphere.
Correcto.
Yeah. We fear he will seek access to the Acreon and the Drift Rock. And we know he contacted the scientist last night. The scientist. There's a scientist. I bet it's Alindra. He's getting too close. Attached is a data file with his information. He should be returning on a shuttle tomorrow. Terminate with extreme prejudice. End of message.
Do you read that to everyone else?
I do. I read that out loud, as theatrically as an android can. Chris.
I'm sorry, there is also a postscript there as well.
Is there?
Yep. It says, "To be continued." Every single secret message that you find.
God, we are. Listen, guys. Next time we're playing, and the GM is like, "Oh, you find a piece of paper on the ground.
It's really important information."
Yeah, we're gonna be like, "Nope."
We throw it in the trash.
Right, exactly. I light it on fire. I shoot it with my laser rifle.
You go up to the trash can, and something is written on the side of it.
Alindra did get in trouble for littering once, so
she's a bad girl.
Be kind to Absalom Station. Thank you guys for playing with me. What a crazy episode!
It was. It was a blast.
What was the first time?
not just the grenade.
Just one grenade blast. Yeah,
it's been pretty. It's been pretty nuts. This is the first time we've had real lives in real danger.
I mean, your lives are always in danger, but this time a little bit more so than regularly. You guys did great. Thank you so much for playing. Yeah, and everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks, that's going to do it. Wow, wrap on episode 7. Everyone say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Crit Bits, the after the show segment where we meet some new people, have some fun, and talk about Starfinder. This is Patrick again, just introducing part 2 of our interview with Jason Nelson of Legendary Games. If you are listening to this the week episode 7 comes out, September 25th, 2017, then you still have time to jump into the Alien Bestiary Kickstarter campaign. If you are listening to this in the far future of 2018, you can probably pick up a copy of the book, more than likely, on Legendary Games' website at makeyourgamelegendary.com. So here is part 2. Thank you again to our guest, Jason. We hope you'll enjoy, and take it away, other Patrick. Can we switch topics now, Jason, and talk a little about
legendary planet.
Yes, we can.
And talk about the adventure path. So you mentioned it when earlier when we spoke, and this is a right now you can get the beginning part of this adventure path, this full adventure path that should go from level 1 to 20. Is that right?
That is correct. So
all the way up. That's a rarity on a lot of paths.
It's now again, we originally created for Pathfinder and for 5th edition. And one of the conceits of Legendary Planet is that it's not a hard sci-fi. It's much more some would call it a sword and planet or planetary romance, or
it was described to me before I had heard about it as kind of a John Carter of Mars, mix of science fiction.
That is the most similar thing as John Carter, maybe a Thundar the Barbarian, maybe a bit of Flash Gordon, and maybe kind of the grungier parts of the outer rim of the Star Wars universe. It very much is. I think our thumbnail, the one sentence description was, John Carter meets Thundar at the Mos Eisley Cantina. And we kind of went from there.
You had me at Thundar.
And Stargate. Stargate is also a big, because so the Legendary Planet setting,
looking at this cover, and that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. It does not involve a whole lot of spaceships. So while we're creating a Starfinder version of it, and there will be some stuff with spaceships on it later on, it's much more focused on the exotic alien planets.
Well, can I just say that it's so interesting that this did come out before Starfinder, but you've presaged that a lot of people very interested in the setting and the blend of genres, but aren't terribly excited about starship combat, which is, I mean, it's a part of the game and you can have it in your game, but some people might just want to be like, I just want to pay someone to take me from planet to planet, or jump into a portal and have these awesome adventures.
That was kind of our whole idea with this. This is it when you create spaceflight as a core part of the game, it really changes the flow of what the game is in a way that it's different. We wanted the focus of it to be on what happened on the different exotic planets. So that was kind of the initial thrust of it. And so the feel of it, there is technology, there is sci-fi elements to it, but there also are, still fantastic elements. So people do still use swords, It's not just all about the laser guns. And, in the Pathfinder and 5e version, some people still use bows and arrows, So there are primitive planets and there are more advanced planets. There are places where you go. And so I gave you kind of the rundown of what the initial thrust of the campaign is. For the Starfinder version, we just skipped over the prequel adventure and just rewrote the first adventure to start at first level, with the idea that, look, if you're already playing Starfinder, you've already sort of bought into the concept of playing out amongst the stars. You're not really doing the whole fish out of water experience. But if you want to do that with D&D or with Pathfinder, actually, the Assimilation Strain, the prequel adventure, is an awesome adventure. I've run it, I think, 8 times. Every time I've run it, the players have taken a different, path, a different set of tactics. It's kind of sandboxy in a lot of ways, so you can really choose different ways to interact with it. They've always had a blast with it. So it's a terrific adventure. It has, sci-fi elements, it has horror elements. And it's just, anyway, if you're into those elements of adventure, it's a terrific level of adventure besides it. But we skipped it for Starfinder because it didn't really, fit what we needed. So the second part of what makes Legendary Planet unique is that it basically every adventure, you go to a new planet. You have this sort of hub world, Argosa, where you get to after you escape from the alien prison. But then the adventure continues from there as you are trying to get home, and you travel to different worlds, each one of which has a different theme, a different sort of environment. The second world is sort of a Mad Max style environmentally blasted wasteland, which is very slowly recovering. So the Scavenged Codex, you travel there, you're trying to find this lost wisdom of the ancients that will help you repair and reorient the portal network to hopefully get yourselves home. Once you get there, you discover you're stuck, and you need to, if you don't find these pieces, you're going to be stuck out there with the war boys forever.
I mean, to be honest, if I was jumping into homebrew my own Starfinder campaign, it would be, I already did this. This is the game that Drew, Tyler, and the rest of us on the show were playing before Starfinder, was a kind of, every week can be a new location adventure. And that's one of the great things that sci-fi allows you to do. You can just, jump in your starship or jump through your portal. And I don't know, that seemed really jarring in just a fantasy setting, because there's a Tolkien-esque, walking from here to there that, I don't know, feels like it's part of that genre.
Yep.
Whereas sci-fi, I don't know. I guess it's more, well, like you said, like the old-timey serials, Flash Gordon, where it could be literally anything every week.
Yeah, he's off the forest moon then, and he goes off the ice moon the next time, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it's all just differently painted cloth backgrounds.
Yeah. But that's the kind of a feel that we're working to evoke with Legendary Planet, is that sort of Flash Gordon, that kind of a John Carter sort of a feel. So you're getting that sort of sense of rich environment. So you finish that adventure, you come back to the hub world, and there's a lot of action still going on in the hub world. There's a lot of, as I said, the scum and villainy. There's different, criminal coteries. There's a fancy ball you have to go to at one point to, heist an important piece that you need. You got to deal with, psychic worm drug smugglers. Anyway, the second world, you go to a tidally locked planet. It's kind of burnt on one side and frozen on the other with the massive catacombs full of constructs and undead. The next one, you go to a world that's been shattered to pieces. It's basically an asteroid field mined by cyborg space Nazis. Then
there's your selling point. That's beautiful.
You had me at cyborg, but you've definitely sold it on the cyborg space Nazis.
Cyborg space Nazis and psycho Chiton cultists, just to make it better. Then the next one, you go to
much goodness.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. No matter what side you choose.
Exactly.
That's a bad plan.
A water world under invasion by a fleet of floating squid enemies. You actually see a picture of them. They build Julie up there. It's one of the first illustrations you see, the purple squid guy with the giant laser cannon.
Oh yeah, no, that is amazing. Is that a large creature? Can you divulge that information?
I think they might be medium sized. I'd have to go back and look at that adventure. They're either medium.
That would be very frightening if it was like 10 foot tall.
I'm so glad it's not. I think it's creepy just by itself. I mean, already.
I was joking before, but for real though, you had me at Waterworld. I'm a big Kim Costner fan. Drew will attest.
Let's see. The last one, the last two adventures. One is in layout right now. It's the sort of penultimate adventure, Mind Tyrants of the Merciless Moon. So you go to which is my favorite title of all of them. It's so pulpy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And this one, you go to the various moons of a gas giant where you've got all these psychic creatures and rival races. And again, you've got a wide swath between primitive and advanced here. Within that, you're kind of, you've won a great victory. And on the water world, you're trying to push the bad guys to the end. And you start finally meeting the master race of the evil hegemony. And then the final adventure, which I'm writing, is called To Kill a Star, which is set on a Dyson sphere and completely enclosing a star, which, in the course of the adventure, you've got to discern who the factions are. The distances are fantastic. Those Dyson spheres, literally millions of miles across. And how do you get from one side to the other? How do you find out what's going on? You may have to plunge into the heart of the star itself. And I guarantee you that the end of the adventure path will not be you fighting against one bad guy, evil emperor, because that's dumb.
Thank you.
Who has a popped collar on his cloak and eyeshadow?
I really want to. I really got to kill him.
There are bad waiters, but you're also trying to deal with the situation. You're trying to deal with the environment. You're trying to deal with the universe, and then what happens after. So all of this is building up, and your character, you might become new gods of the setting for all you know. The Pathfinder version was written with the mythic rules in mind as well. And so that is part of the thrust. Being hurled out into space, traveling through this gateway network gives you certain abilities and advantages while you're out there, including the ability to sort of adapt to new environments. You go to each planet and to speak the local languages, so on and so forth. So that was built into it. And we've worked and massaged that a little on the Starfinder and the 5e side to still maintain some of that flavor so that you can get to the new planet and start adventuring right away and not worry about, oh my goodness, I'm going to die because there's 71% nitrogen here instead of 78, and my body can't handle it. And I got to spend language rank every time I go to a new planet because nobody speaks in it. Like, all of that's realistic, but we're all for fun. So
right.
Focus on the fun. So that's the general thrust of the Legendary Planet Adventure Path. And it takes you, like I said, from first level all the way to 20th level and beyond. You actually
can I just say that
20th level stuff at the end. You don't just level up to 20th after it's done. No, you'll be 20th. You get to do your 20th level stuff in the final adventure, and it will be hardcore, and there may be massive and gratuitous death, but get over it, get used to it. So
I was about to say, you've definitely bitten off the hardest chunk doing those super high level section of the campaign. The last section is often kind of skipped over because it is really hard to manage. I'm very excited to see where this goes.
You and me both, man. And but I should mention, we also have been working with the setting of Legendary Planet and also playing with it there as well. And we've got a series of books we've been coming out with called Legendary Worlds. And these are basically ready to play planets. So each one, you've got...
Yeah, I've seen these too.
6, 8, 10. We actually just came out with another one today. And these are ones that we have about for Pathfinder, for Starfinder, and for 5th edition. So each world is sort of self-contained. It has a ton of stuff on sort of the ecology, the geography, the nature of the society of the world. Plus, it's got a brand new monster. It's got some new rules elements, which may be feats or equipment or spells or magic items or what have you. It's often a lot of them have a new playable race in them. I think one of them's got like a little mini adventure. They've all got adventure hooks. So they all follow the same basic structure, which is you've got 5,000 words or so of setting material for this new planet. You've got sort of your politics and society. You got all that covered. You've got your venture hooks. Why would you go there? You've got what's cool and interesting about this planet. You've got some new monsters and new creatures and things to work with there. So if your spacefaring heroes take a left turn at that nebula instead of a right turn,
side quest.
You don't have to say, shoot, where do they go? No, you've got these planets that are ready to go, ready to drop right in and run with it.
Your ship breaks down and you have to solve a geopolitical situation before you can leave.
And
I've talked to a lot of GMs that are looking for just some stuff to add in to what they're already doing. And, for $5, is that right, for the PDF?
Yep, $4.99.
That is, that's great.
Insanely worth it. It's just, yeah.
And again, artwork is terrific on them. The first one was a Volretz, sort of a forge planet full of heavy metal elementals and slag seas and seething hail and corrupt mining organizations. And you can go there and try not to get burned to death just by the unbelievable heat of the entire place. But there's also great wealth and treasures down there. Or you have Melaphony, which is the second one we did, which is another ocean world, but a very different take on it, where you've got sort of a spacefaring colony ship that at some point malfunctioned and crashed into this planet, and you've got the survivors sort of building up a city there, but they're not aware that all the reactor cores have been leaking into the ocean for years, and the aquatic races are pissed off, and they're about to take their revenge. And so they've launched this counter invasion to try and drive the interlopers out. And so there's this ongoing war between the aquatic races and the colonists, each, of course, thinking, well, I'm in the right, but the people's problem. And you've got the water supermersibles, basically a aircraft made out of water that can do the mantis people who live there. No, sorry, the mantis shrimp people use their own inherent sonic powers to power sonic cannons out of their water ships. So again, you can do some kind of wahoo fun alien world stuff with this, and it's very easy to drop in, and it can be very segmented. The one that Wendell Roy did that just released today, Calcarata, is more sort of like a desolate Badlands area haunted by dream spirits and the thinness, great thinness between the world of dreams and the waking world. So you've got an offshoot race of humans, of psychics called the Penthe, and they live a lot of their lives in the dreams. They're also dream predators, like the Havravine, the awesome sort of white dragon creature on the front cover of it. And you've got sort of the hidden dusty bases. This is kind of more like the kind of place you would see in like a Pitch Black or a Prometheus, something with this desolate planet world where there's some sort of landing spot, but you're kind of sketchy about who actually lives here. Am I just in the middle of nowhere? Is
almost everyone in the party will die. You look around and you're like, oh boy, something lives underground here.
Yep. Well, you've got another one in the pipe called Legendary World Karsus, which is another broken world that's barely sort of hanging together by gravity and also sort of webs of giant insectoid creatures. And it's sort of floating around these continental-sized chunks. And inside, the meteor strike, which destroyed it, also has made the interior of it verdant. So all these things are kind of covered in jungles and stuff. And there are a lot of insectoid races that live there as well. Some of them which would flit in between these floating continental chunks. And so each one's got a very different and unique flavor. We have another one called Terminus coming up by Jeff Lee, which is a desolate prison planet with all of that implies. Almost all the art's back in there, and it's looking pretty awesome too.
Yeah, so I mean, probably the most important question is where can people get these right now if they're looking for something to play or something to read through?
Well, they can get them all over the place, but I always encourage people, when possible, to shop at the individual vendor stores. So in our case, we have a store at makeyourgamealegendary.com. And the simple reason for that is that, when we sell through other vendors, then they all take a cut. They take a cut. So when you shop directly from us, the creative people who have made the books are the ones who are going to keep more of the dough. But if you like to shop at Paizo or the Open Gaming Store or at DriveThruRPG or at Amazon, then, God bless you, buy it wherever is your favorite place to buy things.
I can attest. I got some of them off their website. It worked fantastic. I was able to download it. It was so easy. So highly recommend.
Thank you very much.
I'm looking at these Planet books right now. Didn't see these earlier. Time to
I know.
Open up that wallet.
Get it out. One of the things that I know instantly drew me to everything was not only just the exotic planets, but I really like the mixture of having exotic planets that provide challenges themselves, as well as these new exotic monsters and creatures that we're going to get with the bestiary. And then we're not even at the plot of the adventure path yet. There's there's going to be so much, and it's just going to take forever to go through it all and find all the bits and pieces that are available to us. And I just know it was very attractive to me, and I'm very looking forward to eat it all up as both a player. I want to play it, and I want to GM with it, or I want to do everything.
It's been a lot of fun, and space is big, and if you wanted to say, okay, well, shoot, why are there not spaceships in Legendary Planet? You could easily say it's someplace that's kind of farther out from the packed worlds that hasn't discovered FTL yet, or you could just dial time back a generation or so, and say that this adventure path happens during the gap.
Oh.
Yeah. Before it happens, and maybe the event which brings knowledge of FTL transport is your sort of apotheosis at the end of the final adventure path. James Jacobs actually is going to be writing an article for The Last Adventure, which is basically continuing the campaign. And among other things that he'll be writing about is, how would you, if you wanted to, merge, blend, or transition between this and the core Starfinder universe expectations. If you want to have a connection, how would you manage that sort of tech magic difference between the two? Because even if you're playing the Starfinder rules version, so Liz Liddell, who was the editor on the Starfinder core rulebook and on the Alien Archive and on the APs, she is our project lead on our Starfinder conversions as well. Because you know what, find the best people who have the most experience, the most expertise, and work with them. And so Liz and her partner Landon are working on the first adventure's already out for Legendary Planet for Starfinder, and the second one they are almost done with the Scavenged Codex. That one should be out hopefully by the end of the month.
Oh wow,
they're just about done with that, and so I mean, shoot, I know the release schedule is a little slow with Starfinder, so if you just need more stuff to play, well, hey, it just so happens we've got a lot of stuff coming out here.
Or if you are the GM and you want someone to run it, something for you that you haven't had spoiled already.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to add bits and pieces in, like I said, these smaller books are great. I think you can get some awesome ideas from Legendary Planet Adventure Path.
And these are set up much like a Paizo Adventure Path is. So you've got a 50 or 60 page adventure. You've got a new bestiary full of monsters. You've got new magic items, new technology items. You've got usually an article devoted to some element of the campaign. So the first one in Two Worlds Unknown is by Sean Reynolds. It's about sort of the gods, the setting, and religion in the setting. You've got the second one, it's about vehicles and races and chase scenes. Third one's about sort of cybernetic implants, things like that. And there also is an ongoing fiction saga by Pathfinder Tales author Chris A. Jackson, which details sort of an ongoing story going on in the background, sort of parallel to what your player characters are doing. And it's not the story of you, but it's sort of something that's happening, similar events that goes along. So Chris really came up with a very fun story, and you can follow all 7 chapters of that all the way up from Two Worlds Unknown up through To Kill a Star.
Awesome. I cannot wait. And if you're listening and you're looking to jump into these products, we will have the links as well in the description. Jason, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on
about this and your Kickstarter. Is there other places that we can find you online if we want to hunt you down and ask you some questions?
Oh, sure. So you can find us obviously on our website at makeyourgamelegendary.com. And if you need to email us a question, it's the same, makeyourgamelegendary@gmail.com. You can find us at Make Your Game Legendary on Facebook, at Legendary Games J on Twitter, where we are on Legendary Games on Google+. You can hit us up on the Paizo message boards. We're frequent those quite a bit.
Right.
We post reasonably often on EN World and RPGNet. So we're pretty much as much as I have time to get around to the various corners of the internet, and it's not everything. I don't Instagram. I don't Snapchat. I don't Reddit. There's only so many of me to go around, and
them kids and them Snapchatters. Oh,
but
boy.
You know what? If you want to ask questions there, by all means, please do, and hit us up, and it's because various of our contributors do frequent those areas, and so you might find somebody else on there who can hook you up with a question. But yeah, so right now, Alien Bestiary Kickstarter is it's moving on. It runs through September 30th. So our next big stretch goal is obviously the Alien Codex. We'll unlock that at the 20,000, and then at 30,000, we'll unlock the Ethereal Field Guide, and all the way throughout, we'll be adding more monsters. We'll be adding more characters to the Alien Codex. We'll be adding more categories to the Ethereal Field Guide, and so all the stretch goals that we get, just keep piling on to whatever it is you've ordered for it. So every time we add monsters, just keep getting more monsters. Every time we get more characters, you keep getting more characters. If
and
you want to
decide.
If you win, you get to decide. Which, hey, shoot. If you want Tyrannosaurus to be the king of the beast, then you keep voting for him. If you you got somebody you want to raise up higher, then by all means vote for him. So
I want my giant shark.
Sharks, you gotta vote for sharks. Sharks are falling behind right now. I don't think they're in.
No.
Although I will say this, I was just talking with Russ Brown, who he's got his own game company, Rusted Iron Games, but I've been talking with Russ off and on about working together for a year and a half or more. And one of the things we'll be adding some extra bonus material into the Alien Bestiary. One of the things we will be adding is what he's called the Void template for creatures that might be ordinary creatures, but who are adapted to survive out in space. So if we get to Russ's bonus goal there, you might just have space sharks.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I want it so bad. Let's make this happen.
No, please don't.
They might even have frickin' laser beams attached to their frickin' head.
Oh, geez.
Sentient space sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything better?
Jason, thank you so much for chatting with us. My head is buzzing with all the potential Starfinder action we got going on here. And I mean, like I said, in the other games as well. Thanks a lot, and we will be following these very closely.
Sure thing. Yeah. Thanks much. And you know what? If you play multiple systems, you can get them for Starfinder and for 5th edition and for Pathfinder, whichever combo of those games you like. Then you play what you like, and we will see you on the other side.
I want to, Patrick, let's go play some Legendary Planet. Let's go do it right now.
Totally do it. It's awesome, man.
I want to make a character. I want to play.
That does it for our interview. Thank you, Jason, for being here. We recorded a little bit more of Tyler and I fawning over the art in the Legendary Games books, but you get the point. Go check out Legendary Games at makeyourgamelegendary.com and take a look at some of the awesome Starfinder, Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition material that they have for sale there. You're going to like it, we liked it, and you're probably going to drop some coin on that website. That does it for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and for sticking around. Until next time, may all your natural ones be rolled against you and not by you. From us here at Cosmic Crit, good night, everyone.